Happy frickin' Wednesday, everybody. It's damn cold here in the Meth End of Town in Sound Kitchen Studios. But welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. Now, it may be redundant, but I'm gonna do a little review of my. This is okay. I have a lot of what I would call my favorite dips. All the dippers have their top 10, top 5 favorite dips. This is probably my number one spot. Stoker's Blue Mint. And good God, man. Look at that. Okay, look at this can. This is a great can. It's a good sturdy plastic can, a nice metal lid, a raised rim, not unlike the Grizzly raised rim. These are a little tighter, but these are great. Stoker's is raised. This is long cut mint. Nice picture of Bobby there. 2 fingers in his can. Looking good. It's got the barcode, the warnings. More Bobby. And this is made by the National Tobacco Company out of Louisville, Kentucky, right next to Lexington, Kentucky, where I spent a lot of my youth. Learned how to chew plug when I was 14. This is 100% U.S. tobacco, tax class M. And you can call Bobby on his personal fucking hotline at 1-800-579-0975. You call him up, I guarantee you Bobby will be on the phone. He'll be blowing up some fucking 22-foot can of dip or something crazy like that. He's a fucking nutter. That Bobby. But anyhow, this is a fucking great dip, okay? Now, a lot, like... Okay, we're just going to crack it. So the thing about Stoker's is it has a fucking amazing cut. It has a cut unlike any other dip. It's super long cut. And the flavors are always amazing. They make the best straight dip on the market. They make, as far as I'm concerned, the best wintergreen. This is by far the best mint. So yeah, crack it open there. Nice tight fitting lid there. And that is the stuff in the can, and fuck does it look good. And man, does it smell amazing. Stoker's mint has a smell that you can tell it's Stoker's, like, yeah. It's a very strong peppermint. If you don't like mint dips, you definitely will not like Stoker's mint because it's very minty. It's not as sweet as, say, Copenhagen mint, which is another fantastic product. This Grizzly dark mint is not too far off, but it's still not quite the same. But when you pinch this shit, like, fuck, you're going to pull out. Okay, I haven't packed this can, okay? And I'm just taking a pinch. And look at the size of that pinch I can just pull out without even packing or nothing. That's like, as Kurt Gainford would say, that's like a crustacean, But cheers, everybody. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Thank you, Suit and Tie Dip and Chew Guy. My favorite dip. Faux show. So yeah, it's got a real, pepperminty taste, like really bold pepperminty taste. The thing about Stoker's that I find with their wintergreen and their straight and their peppermint, the flavors are very bold. But you can still, it's dip. It's not like a peppermint or a piece of gum in your mouth. it feels and tastes like the tobacco that it is, but it's just got a really good, bold taste to it of whatever color can you choose, Stoker's dip is pretty salty on the whole. The natural is fucking the saltiest dip I've ever had in my life, but it's damn good. Suit and Tie Dip and Chew Guy and I both agree. I think that the Stoker's Fine Cut Original can is probably the fucking sexiest Stoker's can that they got going. And it's pretty damn good dip too. I like it. A lot of people don't like it. I think it smells perfumey, and it kind of does, but it's great once you get it in your lip. It's fantastic. But yeah, Stoker's Blue Mint, man, I give it a fucking 10 out of 10. I'd give it a fucking 12 out of 10. It's in my opinion, it's the best dip going. I guess if I was to picking my favorite dips, in the mint categories, definitely Stoker's. In the wintergreen category, definitely Stoker's. Closely followed by Copenhagen. But I do have a real penchant for Skoal Original Fine Cut, which is the dip I grew up on. So, and it's funny because it's funny. It's got a funny taste. It tastes kind of soapy, but I started dipping when I was like fucking just a little kid. And that was the dip that we did. And Copenhagen Snuff, So those two dips have a very special place in my heart. There's nothing beats a pinch of Copenhagen Snuff. It's amazing. So yeah, that's my favorite natural Copenhagen Snuff. My favorite fruit. That's a tough one because I actually really like all those Skoal fruity dips, the Jolly Rancher ones. But so that's a hard one. I guess if I had to only pick one, it'd probably be peach. Probably be Skoal peach or Timberwolf peach. I don't know. Timberwolf makes a damn good mint too, I gotta say. It's really good. But yeah, anyhow, I have a big list of shout-outs here. Andrew Sarles, thank you for your comments. Tune to Trey. Real Talk Studios made me a cool little shout-out video. You can find it in my random stuff and dip and snuff playlist of about 1,000 videos. But I wanted to put it up. I don't know how to put it up in my standard feed of videos, but it's cool. Berg's Dip Reviews, of course. Suit and Tie Dip and Chew Guy, of course. Winnington Outdoors, Wayside Lee 83, Ross Gertin, Dude OK, Kurt Gainvert, Bone Daddy, Dan Dempster. Who is Brian Madden? And I can't read this other one. Anyhow, that's okay. That's a good list of shout outs. I've noticed I've got a lot of new subscribers lately. I got yesterday was a banner day for me. I got 4 new subscribers. So thank you all very much. I hope you can hang out and dig the channel. I do all kinds of stuff here. I do dip reviews. I do just vlogs. I do all kinds of music playing. I play a bunch of different instruments. Mostly harmonica and bluesy type stuff. I've been doing a lot. I got this strumming dulcimer stick thing. I picked it up really cheap, and so I've been playing that a lot lately. But one thing I want to talk about came up in the comment thread in a Berg's dip review. Talking about, I'm just going to explain why I always refer to this, my area as the Meth End of Town. I live in the very impoverished, dirty old south end of Peterborough. And there's a lot of sketchy stuff going on here. There's a lot of drugs in general. In my neighborhood alone, there's 6 methadone clinics that I pass. When I walk down on the radio, I pass 6 methadone clinics. There's a lot of crystal meth. It said there's a Circle K variety store around the corner. They say it's easier to get a gram of crystal meth than it is to buy a pack of smokes there. So yeah, it's a pretty crazy part of town. In that regard, when I was a late night baker, no less than 2 times in a 6-month period, I had to pull a knife on someone trying to mug me on my way to work. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy part of town. And I want to talk about drug addiction versus drug habituation. Because a lot of the bullshit drug users in my town, because there's a huge opiate epidemic in this town, as there is all over Canada and America right now. It's huge. Like I say, I have 6 methadone clinics in my neighborhood. Most cities in Canada my size, I don't live in a big city. I live in it's like a small town. It's called a city, but it's a small town. Most cities in my size only have 1 methadone clinic if you're lucky. And my city has 6. So that's saying a lot there. But yeah, drug addiction versus drug habituation. I take a lot of medication for my a bunch of issues, and a bunch of what I take is what you would call addictive or habituating. Now the difference between habituated and addicted is when you're habituated to a drug, it's a drug that you take it responsibly. But due to the nature of the drug, you become habituated to it. You become physically dependent on it. I have about 4 or 5 drugs that I'm looking at right now that I'm physically habituated to. If I was to go without them, I would go into pretty deep, dark withdrawals. Much is the same as an addict, Now, the difference between a habituated and an addict is I get my prescriptions from my doctor. I take them responsibly. I only go to one drugstore. You know what I mean? I'm on the level. I'm 100% on the level. Some people have to take heart medication. Some people have to take pain medication, or psych medication. Now an addict is someone who will go out and will abuse their drugs, will go out and seek more drugs. Like if I was coming home, crushing up, like getting my script, coming up, crushing up half my pills and shooting them, and then going out on the street trying to find something else, that would be in addict territory, But yeah, a lot of people have to take a lot of medication, and a lot of it is just the nature of it. It's physically habituating, much like dip, or smoking or whatever, drinking. You get used to it, or your body needs it after a certain amount of time. But like I say, some people got to take heart medication. Some people got to take epilepsy medication. Some people got to take diabetes medication. Some people got to take pain medication. I'm one of those people. But I am 100% on the level with it. And but yeah, that's why I call my end of town the Meth End of Town, for A, the methadone clinics, and B, right around the corner from me, there's a house that was a meth lab that blew up. There's a picture in my walk around Peterborough doing shit videos. I do a video on that. But anyhow, that's my big ramble and rant on stuff. So fucking thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your new subscriptions. I hope you dig the channel. And definitely get some Stoker's Mint because it is the bomb. All right. Be well and stay free.